we call things important that Yah says are important? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, Day 2 of Pinchas, and let's go again to Numbers, Bimidbar, chapter 25. Read again verse number 11 that says, Pinchas, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, has turned back my wrath from the children of Israel because he was ardent with my order. Another word there would be zealous with my zeal. The question might be then, what is it that Yah is zealous, has zest and zeal about? Do we call things zealous or worthy of zeal that he does? Do we agree with him about what is indeed important? It would seem that the zeal of Yah, this ardent, fervent, consuming, even emotional fervor, reaction that rises up within us, this feeling of the cause is just and right. Do we have that emotional response, that energetic attitude toward the same things that he does? It seems that his zeal rises up, especially in the face of idolatry. Now, the whole world is given over to various forms of false gods and ideologies and trends and mindsets, and basically the worship of demonic idols. An idol can be a long list of things. It doesn't have to be a statue of some sort, but whatever it is that consumes us and leads us astray from the Most High. Yah says, that's rising up in my face. You are flaunting it. You're throwing it into my face. No one wants things that are offensive to them or triggering to them, let's use that idea, thrown up in their face intentionally. If you get a zealous reaction, well, you deserve it, right? So in blatant idolatry, what was the idolatry here? Well, the most blatant version and definition here is Baal Peor. From previous studies of this particular idol, it would seem that it was a most grotesque form of worship. I hesitate to even try to describe it, but basically you gorge yourself with food and then eliminate yourself from said food in front of the idol publicly as an act of worship. It's disgusting. It's defiling. But men who ought to know better were seduced into a feast and a drunken state of party and revelry with exotic women to their imagination, and were taught into such things. Now, the doctrine of the idol seems to be reduced to the idea if it's natural, then it can't be sin. If Yah put these desires for food and women and party and excitement within us, then how could it be a sin? If he created us this way, why is it sinful? This is not so much Baal Peor as it is visited today. It is coming in it was coming in the side doors and back doors. Now it's coming through the front doors of congregational systems, where you can have a sinful lifestyle, but we recognize that it's just your understanding of how you're made and you can't help it. And so you can live a life of practicing homosexual behavior and transgenderisms and all of those types of things, that whole gamut. You can excuse your adulteries, you can excuse your addictions, you can excuse anything you want to, but simply saying it's a physical problem. It's not a spiritual problem. It's a physical issue, and I don't even define it as a problem. It's an inclination. It's my natural inclination, and the Creator made me this way. So why do I have to repent for the way that I'm made and the things that He put in me to act out on? If it's natural to me, it can't be a sin. Yah says, this is idolatry thrown up in my face because you're redefining me as someone that I'm not. If we go over to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32, I think it's verse 31, it says that their rock is not our rock. So there's a different rock going on here. It's interesting that Cosby, the woman that was brought into the camp, her name means lying, and she is the daughter of Sur, which in Hebrew is rock. She is the daughter of a lying, or the lying daughter of a lying rock, presenting a different doctrine. So again, when this is thrown in Yah's face, he becomes zealous. He is zealous for truth. In the book of Galatians, chapter number 1, if we look at verse 6 through 9, it says, as Rav Shaul is writing, I marvel that you are so readily turning away from him who called you in the favor of Messiah to a different good news, a different declaration of what the good news or the gospel is. The gospel is Zechariah 14:9, in that day there shall be one sovereign Yahweh, and his name one. That is, the gospel is the coming of the kingdom. Yeshua came preaching, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Yochanan the Immerser, John the Baptist, came preaching, repent, the kingdom is at hand. That's the good news. Acts chapter 2, the first thing that Shimon Kepha, or Simon Peter, preached was, it's time for you to repent, for the time of restoration is at hand. That gospel's been changed. We'll go on. Which is not another, only there are some who are troubling you and wishing to pervert the good news of the Messiah. However, even if we, or a messenger out of heaven, bring a good news to you beside what we announced you, let him be accursed. As we said before, and now I say again, if anyone brings a good news to you besides what you have received, let him be accursed. He's serious about this. If we go over to the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 22 through 24, Yah says, turn to me and be saved, all you ends of the earth, for I am El, and there is none else. I have sworn by myself, a word has gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, so that to me every knee shall bow, and every tongue swear. Only one shall say, only in Yahweh do I have righteousness and strength. He comes to him, and all those displeased with him shall be put to shame. In the next chapter, chapter 46 of Isaiah, verse number 9 through 13. Remember the former events of old, for I am El, and there is no one else. Elohim, and there is no one like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from old that which has not yet been done, saying, my counsel does stand, and all my delight I do. Yah is zealous for his word, for his truth. In 2 Thessalonians chapter number 2, verse 11 and 12, Yah says that he's going to bring about a spirit of delusion, is the right word, for those who do not have a knowledge or a love for the knowledge of the truth. If we reject truth, we're going to be deceived. And so we find in this situation here that deception came in the camp. The law of natural attraction, natural actions, natural excuses is idolatry. Any way you cut it. If Yah says no, that means no. no matter what our body or our mind says. Agree with the Most High today and be favored and blessed and be zealous with His zeal. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, shalom.